Johnson gotten far-reaching commend from pioneers in both parties this month after muscling two high-profile propositions through the House: an increment in help for Ukraine and an expansion of Washington's warrantless spying powers. But his choice to winter those disputable approaches and to fashion bargains with President Biden and the Democrats to induce them done has started an unused backfire from a modest bunch of hardliners vowing to topple him from control. Driving the charge is Rep. Marjorie Taylor Greene, RGA, who presented a motion to vacate determination final month after Johnson supported enactment to finance the government and is presently heightening her risk to constrain it to the floor. Two other traditionalists, Reps. Thomas Massey, RKI, and Paul Gosar, RRAs, have supported her exertion. With no squeezing must-pass enactment on the prompt plan, that internal fight is set to require center range on Capitol Slope. A biting Republican-on-Republican battle coming at an inauspicious time for GOP pioneers, who are looking to join together the party ahead of the November decisions. Greene has not said when, or indeed in case, she extraordinary to compel the House to act on her empty movement, but she's made clear her dissatisfactions with Johnson's approach choices, especially his bolster for Ukraine help that he'd contradicted sometime recently taking over the speakership final October. And in later open appearances, she's all but guaranteed a vote on her determination is inescapable. Mike Johnson's speakership is over, Greene told Fox News's Sunday Morning Futures prior this month. He should do the proper thing to leave and permit us to move forward in a controlled process. Such a vote would set the arrange for an uncommon inner clash, since most other House traditionalists, indeed those who share Greene's abhorrence for Johnson, are rising from the woodwork to say that presently isn't the time to boot the Speaker from power. Not only has the Republicans' little lion's share gotten to be indeed slimmer within the months since the memorable vote to evacuate previous Speaker Kevin McCarthy, R. Calif, but the calendar has crawled closer to November's races, when the House is up for gets, and indeed numerous hardliners are energetic to dodge a severe gracious war heading into the surveys. The overpowering assumption among indeed preservationists irate at him is that we got to center on beating Democrats within the drop, and not have that kind of a wrangle about right presently heading into decision season. Rep. Chip Roy, R. Texas, told Fox News's fellow Benson final week. Rep. Bob Good, R. Val, head of the far-right Flexibility Caucus and a supporter of McCarthy's expulsion, is conveying a comparative caution. Great, said Johnson, has fizzled us as McCarthy's substitution, but he contended the current political environment makes it a terrible time for another hostile speaker battle, particularly with no obvious successor to Johnson in locate. My judgment, estimation is usually not the time to do that because of the much more limited edge, the much more prominent degree of certainty, the fact that I wouldn't need to choose somebody presently that would be, in my see, likely less alluring, not the best choice maybe, that would be an office holder going into November, he said. The resistance from indeed staunch Johnson fault-finders has complicated Greene's guarantee to evacuate the Speaker from office. However, whereas traditionalist resistance to Greene's movement to clear is racking up, a few hardliners are taking off the plausibility of supporting the exertion on the table. I'm open to it, Rep. Eli Crane, RRS, who voted to remove McCarthy, told columnists prior this month when inquired whether he would vote to expel Johnson ought to a vote come to the floor. We'll see on the off chance that materializes. We'll see in case the trigger's pulled on this, he included. That won't be up to me, but I'm definitely frustrated like a part of the conference and like a parcel of the American people. But indeed on the off chance that Greene's armed force develops, it is impossible to swell to a measure that would overwhelm the refrain of Democrats who have said they are willing to ensure Johnson from a traditionalist overthrow after he successfully introduced Ukraine help through the House. I give him credit for doing this, Rep. Rokana, D. Calif, told ABC's This Week last Sunday. I would really vote to table any movement to empty him. Floating within the foundation of the talk about over Johnson's destiny has been previous President Trump, the assumed GOP presidential chosen one. Trump, who had cozied up to Russian President Vladimir Putin amid his White House residency, has been cold to the idea of giving Ukraine with more help in its battle against Moscow. An energetic that's energized Greene's promise to evacuate the speaker from CONCON.